Well, hey, hey. Let's get this right. What's going on? Welcome to the channel. How's it going? Appreciate you being up in here. Gonna do your live Scorpio Sagittarius, right? Scorpio Sagittarians. Come on in, sit down, relax. We're gonna get hot. Now we do. We'll shuffle these up real quick. And then we'll get into your energy. See what's going on in the now. In the present moment. Yeah. All right. Members, subscribers, thank you. Appreciate y'all being here. Newbies, thank you. Thank you for your likes and your shares and your subscriptions. Yeah. Newbies, get with it. Join the family already. Okay. Fix this real quick. It's weird. Weird lighting. All right. I think we'll just go with that. Okay. So here comes the first two cards. First two. One. Ooh. The Lover's card, huh? Okay. With the Nine of Wands in reverse. Having a tough time over here, huh? A little bit. Tough action going on. Put on my glasses. All right. So, with the Lover's card, some kind of soulmate situation here that you're not able to overcome. Okay. I don't know what this means yet. It's a little early for Lover's cards. Yeah. But there's something that you can't get past here. There's something that you're not able to overcome. You know, because that Nine of Wands in upright is the wounded warrior. You know, so that means you're able to overcome barriers, blockages, burdens. But when it's in reverse, you can't. Interesting. Okay, we'll jump with that right there. Right there. Let's get into this reading here. Let's pull your cards. First card of your story is this. Five of Wands. Ooh. Are you guys arguing? A little fussing and a little fighting going on here. Okay. Looks like it. Some spats. Some conflict for sure. When I say conflict, it was automatically, I heard conflict of interest. So whatever that means, we're going to find out. What's going on in the comments? I can't. Thank you. Thank you. I already turned to Jesus, brother. I've been baptized, so beat it. Like, they're right on it like flies. Can't. Telling me to turn to Jesus. Lover's card again. So you definitely have some kind of conflict of interest. Hi. Thank you, monkey. Welcome. Come on in, sit down. So this is confirmation. Lovers and lovers right here. There's a conflict of interest here with being able to keep moving forward here. The situation, because there's some kind of arguments. Definitely somebody's arguing about something. What are you arguing about? What's going on? Four of Pentacles. Ooh. Somebody's trying to hold on too tight. Yeah, somebody's trying to hold on too tight here. Yeah. I don't know what game you're talking about, monkey. All right. So, Four of Pentacles, you're holding on tight. And this is probably causing the, you know, the, I'll say interference, the struggles, right? Yeah. Four of Pentacles. With the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So you're like holding on. You're holding on to somebody that was just, it was too much for you, too much conflict, something like that. It's tarot. It's not a game, homie. This helps people in real life situations. Okay, a lot of it has to do with relationship. Okay, it's not a game. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune. You know what? Let's just take you and beat you out. I see it. Yep. All right, so the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. There's no moving forward with this, and you're holding on. See, you want a new start. You want a new opportunity with this soulmate, this lover, this twin flame. It's not happening. It's not happening. Why? Because there's too much going on. Maybe you guys had an argument. Okay, maybe you guys had an argument, and it's just not working out. So then what happens is that you're still trying to hold on here. Yeah, you're still trying to hold on. Won't let something go. Yeah, see, you're really holding on tight. You really, really down badly want a new start, a new beginning, a new opportunity. Okay? And this doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but, you know, maybe just with this Wheel of Fortune in the past, you were holding on too tight. That created some kind of conflict, some kind of arguments here with a soulmate or a twin flame situation. Your lover. Your lover. Yeah. But you're stressed. Nine of Swords. You're stressed out. Stressed beyond stressed. Having some sleepless nights, are you, a little bit? Yeah, definitely worried. Definitely worried with a little bit of anxiety here. Because you really want to have a strong start. Yep. Let's go. Empress in reverse. So you were dealing with an Empress here. Okay, somebody who's loving, unconditional, very abundant, okay, very nurturing. So there's not going to be any so far. No continuation of this. So maybe this was some kind of past situation you had to deal with. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Well, now we're going to keep on going. 4 Cups, rejected. Okay. So it looks like this Empress had rejected you. This was your twin flame, soulmate person. Okay, maybe you weren't aware of that. Okay, maybe you're just trying to, like I said, hold on too tight. And that was just too much. It was smothering. Created a lot of conflict. Okay, well, yeah, so there's not a lot of good memories here. For some reason, 6 of Cups in the past. 6 of Cups, yeah, that's in the past. So, maybe because you were rejected, you're a little, well, I can't say that was your feelings in the past of why it's not working. But I think it's more of this Empress's energy. this Empress's energy who did the rejecting here, they don't see things of the past in a good way as maybe you do, because you're out here with the Ace of Wands and the Lover's card. You want to start again because you're holding on to this person energetically, obviously. Okay. Maybe there was some kind of competition here, some other, other people in the mix. Who knows? All right. But this person doesn't have any good memories. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Yeah. So, 8 of Wands. You're still trying to talk to this person. You are. Or you want to. Okay. I mean, maybe you were just nervous because this person is an Empress. Okay? And some people aren't used to people getting unconditional love and, treatment. So maybe you want to express that you have some anxiety here. That maybe that you knew that you were holding on too tight. I don't know. We're going to keep going. This is kind of going like this. Interesting read. Yes. Okay. So this is saying here that you weren't fully committed. You weren't bringing anything. Okay. This is what you want to express to this person here. You want to have a conversation with them and say, hey, listen, because that Knight of Cups upright is, bringing in, some emotional offer, some kind of proposal in, a relationship and love or whatever. But since it's in reverse, this is just being fun and flirty and not really serious, right? Not really having a lot of emotions. Why? Because the cup is empty. There's nothing in it. So I think this is what you want to talk about. Okay. So now I'm hearing that Shinedown song, Second Chance. Interesting. All right. Justice. Yeah, so this is confirmation with the Justice in reverse that you weren't doing this person any justice. Maybe even so that because of this fun and flirty, not really having a solid offer. Maybe with this 5 of Wands, there was other, competition. But you can't put an Empress in competition because the minute you do that, you're done. You cut right off. You can't play with an Empress like that. If someone's going to give you their emotions and their feelings and everything unconditionally, you can't tinker with that. You can't mess around with that. Because they're just going to turn their back on you. And this is kind of what it's seeming like happened. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. Let's keep going. Yeah, see, confirmation. You weren't invested. You weren't invested in this person. This is why the Justice's card is there. I'm going to, you can't really see these way over there. So I'm going to bring them up here. Yeah, so with the Justice reversed, the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Knight of Cups in reverse, you are not invested in this person. Interesting. Chariot. Okay, so, before I say anything about that Chariot, I want to pull another card here because I think it might go a different way. Let me see what that's all about. Okay, so you still want to move forward. Chariot, Ace of Wands. So that song, Second Chance, is really ringing hard. Check it out by Shinedown, by the way. It's a really good song. But I don't know if you get to talk to this person yet. Maybe you want to, maybe you haven't yet. But I think even though that you know that you kind of fumbled this person, you still want to try. Yeah, I mean, that's what the card is saying. Wow, okay, let's keep going. That's kind of interesting. So you're not giving up because the Chariot is right on top of that Four of Pentacles too. So that just confirms that you've been holding on to this person. So, yeah, you're kind of lacking a little bit of confidence here. Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so Queen of Wands reverse. You're not too confident in this working out. But you're slowly wanting to try to build this. So, you know, the Knight of Pentacles, you know, is slow and steady, wins the race. You know, you're really taking your time. Okay, so maybe with this Knight of Pentacles here, with that Seven of Pentacles in reverse, maybe you took too long to come in with this. You know? Maybe too much time has passed for this Empress to see things differently, even though you want to come in and express that, you know, hey, maybe I was nervous around you. I don't know. I didn't know how to commit. Maybe I was just busy with other people, other things, you know, and that definitely created some kind of strife here, possibly an argument that really made this Empress not have any kind of good memories. I don't know. But I think you're trying to build your confidence up here too with this Knight of Pentacles. You got two cards here. Okay, so you have the King of Wands and Strength. Okay, so maybe over the course of some time, maybe you weren't so confident in the past here because you were taking too long, and now you are kind of ready. Yeah, you're building. You're very courageous in wanting to move forward here, take some kind of action, because you realize, I think here, that you were milking it. Okay, so we'll just leave those right there, and there. Oh, check this out, right? I was singing again last night. I had some shrubbery I had to burn, so I had like this prickly bush that has these little tiny cactus on them, and they grow on like a vine. But the prickers, we'll call them, they're like so thin and so small that when they get on you, you can't see it to pull it off, but you can touch it. It hurts like hell. So I just whacked them out in my backyard and I burned them up. But I was out there singing, and I sing a lot, so I kind of tend to lose my voice because, I have my playlists, and I sing a lot of songs. Not like some little 45-minute show you go to. I'm talking like a couple hours worth. But anyways, check this out. I started a new series, okay? We got here in the comments. I wish I could read that, but that's in a foreign language that I don't quite know. Sorry, my friend. Anyways, I started a new series. That's right. Spiritual School. That's right. It's in the playlist. 2025 Tarot playlist. Check that out. Spiritual School. The first class. It's all free, by the way. It's Spiritual Awakening. Okay? So definitely look into that. And I think you'll like it because, like I said, it's a new little thing I'm trying to do. It's a series on spirituality, spiritual awakening. I mean, they're all in sections, different videos. So I definitely will be doing The Dark Night of the Soul next, okay? And this video is just going to be explaining the process the understanding of what even is the dark night of the soul. Okay, so check that out. Let's keep going. Okay, well that's there, that's that, and this is that. Justice in reverse again. Oh man. What is going on here? Justice in reverse twice. I don't think you're going to be able to do this. I don't think it's going to work. But we're going to keep trying. Right? We're going to keep going. But you were very determined. Very, very determined to make this happen. Five of Swords. You're kind of relentless at this. It's like now you want to fight at all costs. Now you have the courage. Now you have the strength. You want to move forward. You got 2 Aces of Wands out here. It's crazy. Okay. Well, it looks like this Empress is not single. Yep. The 9 of Pentacles in reverse. What? 5 of Swords. Yeah, this person's not single. Not single to mingle. Let's keep going. Six of Swords in reverse. You're not going to be able to move towards this person. Six of Swords in reverse. Because they're not single. So you definitely took your time trying to get over here to this person after you already had a shot. Too much time has passed. And you're out of options with this person. 7 of Cups in reverse. Stuck in your head, eh? Shit. Okay. Two of Pentacles. You juggled. Yeah, you juggled the situation here. I think you bet on the wrong person. Now you see that and you want to come in around for a redo, a second chance. And it's not seemingly going to happen that way. Okay. That's it. The World card. Finito, finito. Done deal. Well, cycle's over, but it's not a bad one. Okay, Tower in reverse. Nothing's gonna change because whatever has already happened. You know what I mean? So whatever in the past had happened with this Empress, you know, somehow in the back of your head or whatever, you're still holding on to this person. And time had lapsed. So then you want to try to bring it on back in, okay? And it quite isn't happening because this person is not single. What's up, Jamie? How's it going? My name is Human. There you go. That's a good song. That's definitely a good song. Yeah, I love some Shine Down, I'll tell you that. My guy's got some pipes, boy. What? I mean, I can hold some notes, but that guy, man, he just shuts it down every time for me. Especially when they do an acoustic version of Leonard Skinner's Simple Man. Yeah, that one's crazy. Okay, so the Tower is not destructive because, like I said, whatever happened has already happened. So nothing's going to change. So no harm, no foul. You know, I don't know if you're going to be able to get to communicate with this person, though you want to. I just don't see anything changing. You know, so nothing's really changing here, and plus this person's not single anymore. So what you gonna do with that? Let's keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. Yeah, laid it to rest. All right. You know, sometimes, you know, the truth is gonna hurt a little bit. It really is. Four Swords, but with the time in reverse, it's not going to devastate your life. It's not going to wreck anything. Okay, the cycle, it's going to close out. Okay, so what I feel here maybe is that if you wanted to speak to this person, I think that, you know, the reckoning is going to be two things. One, you're going to try to make a shot. The second thing is that it's by these cards, it's not going to work. But you're still going to be able to kind of like talk about like what happened, you know, and that's good because that would give you this resolve and it would close the chapter. Yeah. Wrap me in a bolt of lightning. Ooh, that's good. That's good. I like that. So, yeah. Excuse me. I'm like a horse. Yeah, that Four Swords, that's late, you know, that's peace, that's laying to rest. That's, you know, that's where you want to be, okay? You don't want to end things destructively, you know. You kind of want to have things all smooth and laid out, easy, okay? And because that Tower's in reverse, clearly the cycle's not going to change. Nothing has changed. And so I think that's probably a smooth way of kind of closing out the cycle. Definitely one of the better ways for sure. Because sometimes they can be pretty rough. Yeah, see. No victory with this. Six of Swords and Six of Wands in reverse next to Four of Wands. It's later. It's clearly it's not going to work. Yeah. All right, let's get a couple more cards out here. Let's see how this is gonna. We're gonna start wrapping it up here. I think. Oh, don't want to beat a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do enjoy the conversation though, very much. What's going on? Mishka, what's up, girl? How's it going? Five of Cups reversed, okay? So this is really good because it's not gonna leave a bitter taste in your mouth. You're not gonna be sour. It's not gonna leave you all frustrated, you know, and bitter. You know, this is definitely closing a cycle out pretty smoothly. Pretty smoothly. And that's really good because, you know, holding on to something, like I said this before to somebody, I said, like, holding on to someone that doesn't want to hold on to you kind of hurts. You know, it's not good. So sometimes we need to just embrace that letting go, right? I mean, physically. You know, maybe you can keep a little space in your heart for this person, whatever, you know. But you know, when the show is over and that curtain closes, that's kind of really it. You can sit there in the seats all day long, but that show will be over. And maybe there'll be another. All right, let's pull two cards for your outcome here. Let's get the verdict. My dog is chilling. All right, Judgment. That's your first card. Okay, I'm gonna get this next one. And that'll be it. Wrapping it up. Yeah, moon card. Okay, so Judgment under the moon. So maybe this new moon cycle we have right now, which is a Libra moon, the pinky moon. This is the Judgment. that has been called. Yep. Well, this was definitely something I wasn't looking forward to hit you with, but I'd rather bring it in truthfully instead of sidewinding some shit and making you think it's gonna last, because it's really not. But I don't know what else to say about that. It's pretty clear. The cycle's over now, so you don't have to keep trying to spin the block. And I don't think that the person has any hard feelings for you. I think they're just kind of neutral in that, for as in being an empress. They're gonna say, it is what it is. Whatever happened has happened. It's an experience for both of you two to grow from, to learn from, so it's kind of what that is all about. And I like it how it ended on a very subtle, peaceful kind of ending, where it wasn't catastrophe or definitely emotions being flung around everywhere. Yeah. So enjoy that, my friends. Thank you for the conversation. The pink moon. Nerve check. Oh, you had the nerve check for sure. Telling you, woo, because that moon was all about reflecting in your emotions. Kind of like settling your debts and squaring away all the unnecessary emotional baggage, big time reflecting on a lot of things that needed to be closed, past cycles needed to be ended, right? And that's kind of what we got the full moon all about, is that recognition time, because now we're in a new cycle, because the moon is 30 days, and those are our cycles. So you have a chance on that moon to end old cycles, old patterns, old emotional habits, whatever, and now start fresh. But it's all with that reflection. Because, obviously the moon does reflect, right? It does illuminate. But it was topsy-turvy. I mean, it was like this and that. For me, anyways, my emotions were up and down. So I had to get up on the fire pit and use a little bit of, that fire energy, okay, to help me really control those emotions that were really needing to come out. Deep-seated, deep-rooted emotions that I needed to reflect on, and that fire energy helps me control that. So I was an emotional wreck, because I have a Virgo moon, so I've been all over the place, right? Unbelievable. But yeah, definitely it was a good one. Appreciate y'all being out here. Thank you for the conversation. Y'all are great. Enjoy this one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's already over. But hey, Monday's a new day. It's a new week, a new cycle. Enjoy that, my friends. Be blessed, be brave, be bold, and be well. Peace and pray every day. And I will see you definitely on the next one.